we've talked about the Alpha compared to various other Heybikes. Let's talk more about how the Alpha stacks up to an actual traditional bike. So I've got a rental bike behind me here that I'm going to test out just to show you what the difference is in terms of overall ride between the Alpha and a traditional bike. The Alpha is designed to make you feel as though you're riding a more natural, more traditional bike. When you start pedaling, you're not going to get a burst of power that you would that's typically associated with an e-bike. So it feels like you're riding just like you were as a young kid learning how to bike for the first time. That's one of the added benefits. And the Alpha is a mid-drive motor, meaning the motor is in the middle. So the Alpha comes with the Galaxy Perform S e-drive. It's a proprietary motor made by Heybike themselves. It gives you 500 watts of power. In addition, it's got the torque sensor at the back here, which gives you up to 105 Newton meters of torque. So you can get over any terrain or surface that you can dream of, whether it's rolling hills, flat surfaces, or sandy dunes. With the Alpha, you'll be able to go anywhere you imagine. Something like the traditional bike, of course, you're going to have to put all of your power into the actual pedaling itself if you want to get where you're trying to go. The Alpha, by comparison, has the electronic components that is going to assist you while you pedal, making it that much easier. The second thing that I want to bring up is the larger fat tires. The Alpha has 26 by 4 inch fat tires, so that's really capable of tackling all kinds of terrain, whether it's grass like what I'm standing on, sand, snow, or just regular concrete. The Alpha's larger tires are going to be able to accommodate whatever terrain you're riding on. Now, a traditional bike comes with much thinner tires, which is great if you're living in a suburb or if you're living in a city and you have paved road as most of your commute. You really don't need larger tires to drive over snow or sand, things of that nature. But with that comes the inability to really conquer all types of terrain. So if you want to ride up hills, if you want to ride up sand, if you want to ride through the snow, it'll be a-okay with the Alpha. Now, riding the Alpha is supposed to feel exactly like you would on a traditional bike. The torque sensor doesn't give you a whole lot of pushback, so you don't feel like you're jerking as you're riding. It's supposed to feel just like a natural ride, and as you can see, I'm getting over this little hilly surface with ease. It's got some nice hydraulic suspensions as well to help cushion the bumps, and the fat tires, of course, make the ride all the smoother. The Alpha also comes with the front hydraulic suspension that you can adjust depending on the stiffness that you want in your ride. Here I've got it completely open. So there's a lot of give in the suspension. If I want to make it a lot stiffer, simply turn it to the right and it locks it into place, and I can no longer get any give for my front suspension. The Alpha is a little bit special in that it's got an actual casing to help cover the battery while you're on your rides. To remove the casing, simply pull down on this latch here and it comes out of place just like that. You're going to use the key to actually unlock the battery from the frame. Insert the key, turn, and the battery starts to come out of place. You pull down on the latch inside and the battery comes out just like that. It's got the button here that you press for the status of the battery. There's also a cool little holding that you can use to help carry the battery. Now to put the battery back, you simply place it back in like so, bottom first. Press in, you'll hear the click, and then replace the frame, the cover, pull it down, and you're good to go. Now I'm going to ride the traditional bike and just describe my experience in comparison to the Alpha. Starting out, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that the traditional bike typically doesn't have a suspension system. What that means is you're gonna feel every bump in the road, every bump in the field. Hopefully you've got a soft saddle that you can sit on. Otherwise, you'll be feeling that all throughout your backside. The next thing I want to mention is the fact that although the tires are thin and it makes for a lot more maneuverability, you also don't get any kinds of pedal assist when you're riding a traditional bike, of course. So you're really exerting yourself as you pedal. And if you want to ride for longer extended periods of time, then I would consider something like the Alpha, because it'll help you throughout your ride and make sure that you're not exerting yourself as much as you would be on those longer rides with something like a traditional bike.